Eagles gave Wentz his new deal so early because they were afraid the Cowboys would pay big bucks for Dak, who obviously doesn't want to take a penny less. We just heard Dak has never missed an NFL game, while Carson Wentz has missed 31% of his possible games. Stephen A., are you buying that the Eagles thought Dak wanted to be the highest paid quarterback?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm not buying anybody. Of course, he would want to be the highest paid quarterback, but I'm not buying that they thought that Jerry Jones would make him the highest paid quarterback in all of football. I don't believe that for 1 second. I really don't. I'm not questioning the veracity of the report by any means. I'm just saying I don't believe that's what the Eagles really thought that the Dallas Cowboys would do. When you look at Carson Wentz and the Dallas Cowboys, let's face reality. Ezekiel Elliott, 322 carries as a rookie, got suspended the last 6 games of his second season, came back last year, had 304 carries. He's been a bell cow for the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, they didn't have a number 1 receiver until last year when Amari Cooper arrived halfway through. Now they have one. And so if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, you went into this offseason recognizing they had a number 1 receiver they had to pay. You had DeMarcus Lawrence you had to take care of. You had Dak Prescott you had to take care of. You could assume that Ezekiel Elliott was going to be like, yo, where's my money? What are we doing here? And you take all of those things into consideration. I don't think for 1 second that anybody believed that Dak Prescott would be in a position where he's going to hold out and demand $35, $37 to $40 million. I don't believe that for 1 second. And I think his representation, if they think that he should get that amount of money, I think they should be drug tested immediately, because that is not the case. I'm a proponent of Dak Prescott getting his money. I could even make an argument that he deserves more than Carson Wentz, even though Carson Wentz has to do more in that Eagles offense with his arm than Dak Prescott has had to do in the past with his arm for the Dallas Cowboys. Because I look at Dak Prescott, and you made the Pro Bowl 2 or 3 years. You've gone to the playoffs. Carson Wentz has never played in a playoff game due to injury. But in the end, to sit up there and say that he deserves more than Russell Wilson, more than Aaron Rodgers, more than Tom Brady and everybody else, even a Matt Ryan, I don't think that Dak Prescott could make that argument. In his fixation on getting paid more than Carson Wentz, while I can understand why he thinks that he deserves more, and I don't blame him for feeling that way, I think when you consider where he's getting paid now compared to what he's about to get paid, I don't think that you sweat $1 million here or there when you're about to get at least 30.
I'm buying that the Eagles thought that the Cowboys were going to make Dak the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. I am buying that. Now, in my view, Dak Prescott's a $20 million a year quarterback. That's a lot. It's like upper middle class. I don't think he should be paid like an elite quarterback, because I don't think he is one. I think he may be one in the not too distant future, and part of the contract is based on where you think he may wind up. But I haven't really seen him operate on that level really at any point in his career yet. I have seen Carson Wentz operate on the highest possible level till he got hurt 2 years ago, when he was pretty obviously the MVP of the league at the moment he got hurt. So I understand why Carson Wentz got paid the way he did. So, as Molly said earlier, the best ability, availability, Dak has that going for him. But Dak needs all that little. Oh, he's good under pressure, check. He's available, check. He needs all those checks because his peak performance is not elite performance. That's why he needs everything else to make the argument. Nevertheless, Stephen A., his agents are going to argue, and he is going to want to get the biggest slice of the pie possible. Remember, with a cap, a hard cap, really what you're doing, you're not setting the market versus the owners. The cap is what it is. You're setting the market for your position versus other players. So the argument that the next guy up gets to reset the market for his position is a BS nonsense argument. It's a lying argument, really. Really what they're saying is that's an excuse we can use, an argument we can make to get as much money as possible. Like, all that is, each player wants as much money as they can possibly get. And here's an argument that the next quarterback who may get paid top dollar can make. Well, the last guy got 34. I want 35. The last guy got 35. I want 36. We need to reset the market. What, for the next quarterback? Because realize every dollar a quarterback gets, there's some running back or whatever other position getting $1 less. There's a hard cap. So it's not that he's worth it. It's not that he's being he's being altruistic, resetting the market for some labor reason. Dak and his reps just want as much money as possible, like all players do. So it's totally credible to me, since he's the next guy up, that he'd want to reset it, and that the Eagles thought, whoa, before he does that, let's get our guy in there now and save a few bucks. I believe that.
Yeah, but the guy that's setting the market right now, I know Carson Wentz is guaranteed $109 million. 100 actually anywhere from 107 to 109 million. Russell Wilson, $107 million. Russell Wilson is being paid $35 million right now. Big Ben Roethlisberger is being paid $34 million right now. Russell Westbrook has been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won
Wilson,
a title. Big Ben Roethlisberger has won 2 Super Bowls. He's been to 3. And so when you look at it from that perspective and you're trying to reset the market by getting paid more than those guys, what exactly have you done to deserve that? That's a legitimate question. Now, he can ask for whatever he wants, but realistically speaking, he doesn't deserve that, and I think that everybody knows it, especially Jerry Jones. And then you bring in your argument, Max, which you religiously make about that cap. The more Dak Prescott gets, the more, the less of a chance there is, rather, that Ezekiel Elliott is going to get anything close to what he wants.
That's why I wouldn't give Dak that money. I mean, I give him a lot of money, but not like a resetting the market style contract. But the question is, did the Eagles find it credible? Because understand, if the Eagles think, yeah, Jerry Jones is ultimately, they're poised to win, they have a lot invested in this kid, this guy. If they don't pay him, what are they going to do? They're going to have to pay him.
Yeah, but I don't think it's credible. The Eagles really thought that Dak Prescott was going to get 35 to 37 or $40 million. I don't believe the Eagles thought
maybe
that.
I agree, not 40. But I do think in the ballpark of, or maybe even resetting the market. Now you have to deal with Carson Wentz, who's going to sit there and say, Dak Prescott's never performed like I have. And whatever you want to say about Wentz, and I make the argument all the time, he wasn't there for the Super Bowl run. His contributions during the regular season went into a season in which his team won the Super Bowl. Dak's never done anything like that. So the Eagles could be thinking, if we can get Carson Wentz for X now, after Dak's deal, it's going to be X plus $5 million, X plus $10 million over the life of the deal. Even if that doesn't sound like a lot, the threat of that could make them say, okay, let's get it done now and save a few bucks.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.